Good morning, y'all. It's Valerie here, and today I am going to go up to my top garden and try to get some strings tied up so that way I can start putting tomatoes in. It's going to be another hot one today, so I'm trying to at least get my trellising done before the heat of the day sets in, because it's supposed to start raining and rain for several days, so I want to get some planting done. That's when I like to plant. And to do that, I need to get this trellising up. It's just easier to put it up before anything's planted. So we're going to go up there and work on that, and I've got a few seeds that I'm going to poke in the ground while I'm up there. So let me go get my cord, and I will meet you up at the top. Okay, I'm just going to weave cord back and forth between these posts, and then between these posts. And then I will get my plants planted, my seeds planted. But this is the garden I'm talking about working in. The little calendulas I stuck in the ground are still doing good. So that's awesome. The goal was to get more T-posts in this middle section. But because I'm running out of time, I'm just going to use these wooden sticks that were left here from last year, and then we'll get those changed out, hopefully before next year, to match these. I got this big roll of cord from Harbor Freight, and that's just what I'm going to use to do my trellising. Yesterday I was up here working in the garden, and I thought I got this whole big thing recorded for you where I was trellising up here, and come to find out when I got inside last night, my memory card was full, so I didn't get all the footage I thought I did. So instead, I'm going to show you what I got done, and some of it's going to have to be taken down and redone. One of the things that I did is I stuck some early sun glow sweet corn here. I just put the seeds down because I knew it was going to rain. In this area here, I planted a few peanuts that I got from a seed swap. I got them in 2023, I want to think. So I needed to get those in the ground. I've never grown peanuts, so I don't even know if the seed are still good. I don't know how long they stay good, but I hope they grow. Alright, this is the major thing I did, is I got string up so I could plant tomatoes. I got it down here on the T-posts and then on these sticks. Well, I've got to redo it because these have been in the ground since last year, and I tried to reinforce this with some stone and tried to stabilize it, but no matter what I did, it wouldn't hold this tight. See, they sag way too much. We thought we could get away with using these sticks for another season, but we can't. So I was over here on this other side, and you can see I already got the string measured out. Well, I got this first row in here, and I came down to this end, and this whole stick snapped out of the ground. These aren't treated, and we knew they wouldn't last very long. We were fine with that. We just thought we might be able to get another year out of them because they seem sturdy, but they're not. We're going to go get some T-posts and replace these. And so I'm just going to take the string down from these, save it for when we get the T-post, which should be this evening, hopefully. And then I'll just have my string cut already, and I can redo this. Look at this celery we planted the other day. I told you once it got in the ground and got some good water, it would all start to stand back up. Another thing I got done is down here, I put a couple of ground cherries. This is Mary's Niagara ground cherry. and it's already got a ton of flowers on it. The cool thing about this ground cherry is it doesn't get very tall. It kind of spreads along the ground, and it has about, I want to say, a 6-foot spread, so it kind of hugs the ground more than is bushy. So it's really unique. I grew this last year and we really liked it. I think it would do great in a basket for that very reason if you could find one. You know, not a small one like a hanging basket, like one of the bigger size hanging baskets. I think you could probably grow one of those in that. Maybe next year I'll try to find one and give it a try just to see what happens, see if it's big enough, see if it is able to, you know, see if it likes the container. I also planted this green cotton there, and there's another ground cherry that's just not quite as far along. It's the same variety. So this cotton plant will stick up between those. I got this cotton in a seed swap as well. If you're going to grow cotton, make sure that it's legal to do so in your state, because not all home gardeners are allowed to grow cotton in every state. It's not illegal here. And then the next thing I planted is this neon pink popcorn. Yes, I do have 2 types of popcorn basically in one garden. However, they mature at different times. One is early, the early sun glow sweet corn is, I want to say, 60 to 65 days. And this pink popcorn is 80 to 90 days. Let me see, I think I've got it written on the tag. Yeah, 80 to 90 days for the neon pink popcorn. There shouldn't be any overlap in maturity date, so they should not have the opportunity to cross. I've done it that way in previous years, and it's worked out fine. Okay, the last thing I got done is I got some tomatoes in. As you can see, they look pretty good. Since I got my trellis up, I thought I had all this on film. Oh, isn't that such an outdated term, on film? But if you look down here, I also put in some marigolds. I alternated marigold, basil, marigold, basil, marigold, basil, marigold, basil. And this is the blue spice basil, and the marigolds are Little Hero Fire. At the very beginning of this row, I have some Emerald Towers basil, but I only had a few of those plants, so I planted those, and then I finished it off with the blue spice. But all the marigolds on this side are, what was it called again? The Little Hero Fire. So I brought up some marigolds and some more basil to do this side. When I'm planting marigolds, I find it helpful whenever I'm making the labels for them to either put a T or an S on the label. T for the tall variety, because those things can get 3, 4, 5 feet tall, and S for the shorter varieties, because those are the ones that I like to plant around my tomatoes, for instance, the shorter varieties. And sometimes when you've got more than one variety of thing, it's really easy to forget which one's the tall variety and which one's the short variety. So I just like to write myself a little reminder as when I'm making the labels. I just put like a T or an S, depending on if they're the tall variety or short variety. Someone else might find that helpful, so I thought I would share. Let me go down here and grab these. It's been raining off and on all day. In fact, it's sprinkling now. So I brought this bag. If it gets too bad, we'll cover you up and put the camera away. Okay, for this side I have Emily basil, and it looks to be 2 of those. And then I'll go in with this Tulsi. It is Rama Tulsi, R-A-M-A. If that's incorrect, I will put it on the screen. Sometimes I get in a real hurry to write my tags and I don't necessarily write as clearly as I should. But I have 3 different types of holy basil this year, and this is one of them. So I'm going to start the row with this Emily basil and then finish the row with this Tulsi here. And the marigold I have for up here is the Dainty Marietta Marigold. And it's a short variety, so I'm going to do this whole side. So I just alternated marigold, basil, marigold, basil. Now I do want to say that these holy basils are quite small still. They do have their second set of true leaves already. I just wanted to say that I would not plant them this small if it weren't for the fact that it's supposed to be rainy and or overcast for the next 4 or 5 days in a row. So that way it won't have any harsh sun or any really dry weather working against a plant so little. But with the rain coming down and it being overcast for the next several days, it'll have time to get in there and get itself established before it also has to start contending with the sun. Each one of these tomatoes that I've planted in this row is a different type. So let's just go through them real quick. We have a Gargamel. We have Black Beauty, Painted Lady with its beautiful variegated leaves. We have Gunmetal Gray, Pink Jazz, Sergeant Pepper's Tomato, Dancing with Smurfs, and Anise Noir, or Black Pineapple Tomato. We have Woolly Kate Yellow Tomato, and these have a very fuzzy, velvety leaf, as you can hopefully see. This is Dragon's Eye Tomato. This one is a Dark Galaxy. The tomatoes on this side were the ones I planted for my seedling sale. When I'm doing that, I don't replant those same tomatoes for myself. What I do is just keep one for my seedling sale tomatoes. So every type that I plant to put in my seedling sale, I keep one of each of those. So these plants that I'm showing you, or that I just showed you, probably about a month ahead of the ones I'm about ready to show you. And the ones I'm about ready to show you have been in small 4-pack cells as opposed to bigger containers, so they just didn't have the room to grow the way the bigger ones did. So let me show you this next row that I have and what I've got planted. We have Ackers, West Virginia, 1884 Pink. That's also a West Virginia tomato. We have Orange is the New Black Creme, Woolly Blue Jay, which it also has a bluish tint to the leaves that are fuzzy. Both Woolly Blue Jay and the Woolly Kate Yellow have a slightly fuzzy peach skin on the tomato as well. Cindy's West Virginia, Giant Crimson, Thornbird's Terracotta, and German Lunchbox Cherry. Oh, I guess that wasn't the end of the row. We have Rutgers Slicer, or we have Rutgers, African Queen, Black from Tula, and Mountain Princess, which is also a West Virginia tomato. So we finally, I think the last time I was up here I showed you I was going to have to redo the trellising. Well, we did get that done last night, and so I'm going to take my tomatoes here and I'm going to start with the ones that are the biggest and most in need of being out of their containers and plant these 2 rows. I've also got some marigolds and some basil to plant, just like I did in front of these rows. I alternated marigold, basil, and I will do that on this side after my tomatoes are planted. My battery's getting ready to die, so I'm going to go ahead and plant these. I'm going to get as much footage as I can planting these, and then I will be back later to show you what I've done and to give you a tour of the tomatoes I plant on this side. I'm not sure where I was at in the process when my camera cut off, but I got these other tomatoes planted, so I'm going to name the varieties real quick. I already showed you this row here. Now we're going to look at this row here. I think I'm going to start on this end this time. We have Ceylon, C-E-Y-L-O-N. I'm not sure how you say it. Brandywine Pink. I don't know how to say that word. Wop, Sin, In, Wapsinicon, Peach Slice. I know it's named after a place. I just don't know how to pronounce it. Azoichka beefsteak, or Azoichka. Rebecca Allen. Monkey's ass. Sunrise Bumblebee Cherry. Lucky Tiger. California Tulip. Cloudy Day Hybrid. Mushroom Basket. Blue Zebra, and Plat de Chateauneuf. I have no idea. Let's just push this up here so maybe you can read it. I also planted some marigolds and some basil all the way down the road. This side has Tangerine Gem Marigold and Krishna Tulsi, Krishna Holy Basil. Okay, let's do this other row. I think I told you that I was going to put this one on the end here just to keep track of it. This is called a stick tomato. Such an unusual variety. On this side we have Sparky Mix Marigolds and Dolce Fresca basil. You see, I alternated it all the way down. Okay, let's go on with the tomatoes. This is a beautiful, beautiful variegated tomato called Moonlight Mile. This is Blue Beach. Let's see, this one right here is Solar Flare. This tomato plant is Orange Strawberry. So is the one right next to it. It had two in the cell. This one is Prudence Purple. The one next to it here is Brown Sugar Cherry. Oh, let's put that back in. This one right here is Purple Strawberry. This one is Phelan's First Snow. This is also variegated. It's just now starting to show some variegation. It is also known as the variegated Cherokee Purple. And then this one right here is Berkeley Tie-Dye Pink. I do have more tomatoes to plant, but they're going in a different garden. They're going in my bottom garden. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here, and we will talk about the rest of my tomatoes once I get them planted. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and looking at my plants. Anyways, thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.